Good day, children. Sai Ram. Welcome back and have a lovely day. Let us start our class with EVS 1 and we will continue with revision of chapter number 1, our environment. Children, in today's part 4, we will learn the relationship between all things in the environment. Children, there are many things in our environment. These things can be formed into two groups. They are living things and non-living things. Living things are further divided into two groups. They are animals and plants. Children, firstly, we will see the characteristics of living things and non-living things. Then we will understand the relationship between all things in the environment. So now let us see the characteristics of living things. Living things grow. Living things can move. Living things can breathe. Living things reproduce. Now, let us see the characteristics of non-living things. Non-living things. Non-living things do not grow. Non-living things do not move. Non-living things do not breathe. Non-living things do not reproduce. Children, I hope you all have understood the characteristics of living things and non-living things. Now, let us understand the relationship between all things in the environment. Children, all things include living things and non-living things. Living things include both the visible world of animals and plants as well as human beings. Living things also bring changes in non-living things. So now, firstly we will see the relationship between plants, animals and human beings in the environment. Now children, let us discuss about plants. Plants need food, air and water to live and to grow. Plants get food, air and water from the environment. Plants too move. For example, when a bud blooms into a flower, its petals open. But movements of plants are not so easily seen. Plants do not move from one place to another. The seeds of some plants are scattered by the wind. As a result, seedlings of those plants grow in new places. In this way, plants get help from the environment. Now children, let us talk about animals. Animals also need food, air and water to live and to grow. They also need shelter to protect themselves and their young ones from the enemies. They all get these things from the environment. Whatever living things need to survive, they get from their environment. Children, birds build nest, right? They need cotton, twigs, and threads to build them. From where do they get these things? They get these things from the environment. Birds eat insects and grains. From where do they get insects and grains? They get insects and grains from the environment. That is why they grow. Birds need nest. Why do they need nest? To lay eggs. Birds need nest to lay eggs. Little sparrows hatch from these eggs. Birds build nest to protect their young ones from the enemies. So children, have you all understood why do birds build nest? What materials do they need to build the nest? And from where do they get these materials to build them? Yes, birds build nest to lay eggs and to protect their young ones from the enemies. They need cotton, twigs and threads to build the nest. And they get these things from the environment. In this way, birds also get help from the environment. Now children, let us talk about human beings. We are human beings. We need food, air and water to live and to grow. We also need shelter to protect ourselves from sun, wind, rain and from thieves. From where do we get all these things? We get all these things from our environment. Is it clear? Children, we use so many things from the environment. We get cotton, wool and silk from our environment. We weave clothes from them. Children, we use cotton which we get from plants. We use wool which we get from sheep. Right? We get silk from silkworms. We use cotton, wool and silk to weave clothes for ourselves. Is it clear? Children, we also make mats and baskets. And the materials needed for making mats and baskets we get from our environment. Children, we make use of books. Also, we use it for different purposes. The materials required for making books are also obtained from our environment. Books are made out of wood pulp and wood pulp is obtained from wood and wood we get from trees, and we know that plants are a part of our environment. So directly we get materials required for making books from our environment. We build houses using clay, stone and wood. We get all these materials from our environment. In this way, human beings also get help from the environment. Children, do you know plants, animals and environment are best friends because they help each other. Let us see how they help each other. Animals help to keep the environment clean. Animals like vulture and foxes eat the flesh of dead animals. Thus, they clean the environment while they satisfy their hunger. Remains of dead animals decay. They mix with the soil. Leaves fall off trees. They rot and get mixed in the soil. This makes the soil fertile. Thus, plants get nourishment from fertile soil. In this way, plants get help from the environment. In this way, animals and plants help our environment. Thus, living things bring about changes in non-living things too. Plants and animals both are part of our environment. Children, do you know? A sheep's body is covered with wool. The sheep feeds on leaves of shrubs. As it does so, the seeds of some shrubs can get caught in its wool. When the sheep goes somewhere else, the seeds may fall off there. Thus, the sheep helps new seedlings of the shrub to grow in many different places. In this way, the sheep, which is an animal, and the shrub, which is a plant, help each other. So children, what we have learned from this lesson? We have learned that there are many things in our environment. Some of them are living things and some are non-living things. Living things can move on their own. Living things need food. Food helps them to grow. Living things produce young ones like themselves. Living things are of two kinds, plants and animals. Living things get all that they need from their environment. Living things bring about changes in non-living things too. All things in the environment depend upon each other. Let me repeat again. So children, what we have learnt from this lesson? We have learnt that there are many things in our environment. Some of them are living things and some are non-living things. Living things can move on their own. Living things need food. Food helps them to grow. Living things produce young ones like themselves. Living things are of two kinds, plants and animals. Living things get all that they need from their environment. Living things bring about changes in non-living things too. All things in the environment depend upon each other. Always remember, the needs of all living things are fulfilled by things in their environment. Such things should not be allowed to go waste. We must take care that we do not cause harm to the environment. So children, thank you very much. Today we have completed the revision of lesson number 1, our environment. Children, let me show you a video which contains pictures related to this lesson as a concluding part of this lesson.